a history of use in ritual practices, an illegal substance, and now a possible new treatment for mental health conditions. What do these things all have in common? This topic should be important to you because you personally or someone you love may eventually need some sort of mental health treatment. Psilocybin containing mushrooms, aka magic mushrooms or shrooms, could be the next new mental health treatment. To further understand how this could be, we'll look at the effects of shrooms, how microdosing of shrooms has been used medically, and finally, current research on how psilocybin containing mushrooms affect mental health. To start, we'll simply look at the effects of shrooms. To start there, we need to know how shrooms can be taken. Typically, they're done orally, and usually they're taken in the form of a full mushroom, such as this. That mushroom can be crushed into a powder where it can be mixed into something or spread on some sort of other food to help kind of hide the taste of them, or they can be brewed in hot water to form a kind of tea. According to the Alcohol and Drug Foundation website in their article Psilocybin Magic Mushrooms, no author listed, published March 7th, 2025, effects of shrooms can vary widely. So this can mean that some people will have a typical trip experience where they have hallucinogenic effects, they see things that aren't there, their mood can improve while they're having that trip, or on the opposite end of the spectrum, they could have a bad trip where they see things they really don't want to see. They can have stomach aches, headaches, things like that. Very, very different ends of the spectrum. Also, according to the Alcohol and Drug Foundation, mindset and setting when taking shrooms will also have an effect on how a trip goes. So, this means when talking about your mindset, you need to be happy, you need to be kind of healthy, things are going well in life. You don't want to be down or depressed or kind of doom and gloom when you decide to have a trip and take mushrooms. Setting involves who you're with, where you're at. So you want somebody, typically called a trip sitter, who's sober. They're able to take care of you if things go wrong. They kind of help keep you grounded and in a good headspace. In setting, are you at home? Are you out in nature? Are you somewhere that makes you feel calm and happy? Next, we need to understand how microdosing of psilocybin containing mushrooms has been used medically. According to Miller et al. From the Journal of Psychoactive Drugs, published in 2025, microdosing involves taking a psychedelic drug in an amount below the threshold for a hallucinogenic effect. This means you won't have any of the visual hallucinations and you won't see things that aren't actually there. This is typically between zero point 0.1 to zero point 0.5 grams of shrooms. The National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health, in their article Psilocybin for Mental Health and Addiction, no author listed, published May 2024, states, and I quote, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, granted breakthrough therapy designation to psilocybin assisted psychotherapy for both major depressive disorder in 2019 and treatment resistant depression in 2018, end quote. So this means that psilocybin containing mushrooms were approved to start treating mental health abnormalities. It has opened the door for a lot of new research and for people to start using these illicit substances in a way that can treat them medically. Finally, we'll look at current research on how psilocybin containing mushrooms affects mental health. Rootman et al., in a Scientific Reports Journal article published June 30th of 2022, reported overall better mental health status in those who had microdosed with shrooms compared to those who had not, as well as improved mental health concerns, meaning before the study began, those who reported mental health concerns, those concerns improved as they microdosed over a period of time. Now, in contrast, Havana et al., in a Translational Psychiatry Journal article published August 2nd, 2022, reported that in a smaller double-blind study involving a placebo, or something that's not the actual drug being given, improved mental status was not observed in those who had received a microdose. This creates the effect where we start to see how people are having an expectancy effect. They expect to feel better when they take shrooms. So when they do, they feel better. If they don't actually know that they're receiving them, they don't actually feel better. Conflicting studies, varying sample sizes, these are all things that have caused the actual efficacy of psilocybin containing mushrooms in treating mental health conditions to remain actually unknown. But it's still a very, very new thing, and there's a lot of room for more research to happen and more information to be found. In conclusion, psilocybin containing mushrooms, aka magic mushrooms or shrooms, could be the key to safely and naturally treating mental health disorders. That's now better understood after looking at the effects of shrooms, how microdosing of them can be used medically and has been used medically, and lastly, current research involving psilocybin containing mushrooms being used for mental health treatment. Known by a multitude of names and used in a variety of ways, the history of psilocybin containing mushrooms continues to grow as we look at ways to use them for safe, alternative mental health treatments.